Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled for you from my deck the Nine of Wands. This is giving me information about the way that you're moving forward in 2025 as a result of the things that you learned last year. This isn't about all the experiences you had last year, but simply the lessons you've extracted from many years of hard work, facing those behaviors, those patterns that have led to an awareness of the way that you were holding yourself back, the way that you were restricting yourself. And I see you releasing the direction, the instructions, the guidance, the expectations of others. You recognizing how hard you've worked to compensate and even overcompensate for gradually releasing uh, those expectations, those things that others wanted and uh, obligated you to complete in exchange for some inclusion, a sense of belonging, a sense of being loved, appreciated, or approved of in some way. You've learned through hard work and a lot of personal damage and exhaustion that does not gain you the favor that you have been seeking. And so this is really about closing out the end of a cycle that was marked by struggle. And despite your releasing the struggle, you have not released the goals. You have not released your vision. You've not released the pentacle that you are mounting. And in fact, you are very clear that you're very close to achieving a success that has significance to you. And in fact, you are also aware that by releasing this way of working, you have greatly shifted and increased your chances of reaching that goal. This is a general reading, Scorpio. It's not going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. So your present energy is that of the Justice card. This is about the hard work that you've done to find the balance within yourself that has allowed you to release the false obligations, the responsibility for others' desires, and that is giving you a sense that you have already earned what you seek, and you are claiming that benefit, that desire. You're calling in your achievements, having recognized that you've done the work and understanding, moreover, that by making the shift towards empowerment rather than this feeling of being manipulated by others so that they can gain success or achievement, that you become, moreover, an advocate to others who have shared your experience. And this is really a coming to terms with the injustice, the exploitation, the oppression that you may have experienced. This can also speak to the awareness of the kind of social trauma that you may have experienced that doesn't look like the violence that it actually has meted to you. So it's taken quite a long time to become aware of that kind of emotional damage that you may have suffered as a result of, in some ways, it's neglect. In some ways, it is being assigned a role from early on that put you in a place of responsibility for others when you might have ordinarily looked to others to be responsible for you. But this empowerment is allowing you to not only come to terms with this truth, but to recognize the way in which justice in the past had been denied through your own lack of awareness of how, to the degree that you were being used or exploited. In the past, the Knight of Wands is about the way that you have been moving yourself through based on your creative passion. You have been inspired by a gift that you have. You have a set of skills that allows you to rewrite your story, to amplify your authentic voice, to contribute to not only the creation of services, products, expression, but to be a part of a process that you have internalized in all aspects of your life. This is what moves you forward, the passion to tell your story. In the future, we have the Devil card. And this feels as though you have come face to face with the forces that you have overturned in your life. In some ways, you feel the choice because of your own embodiment of your passion on your own terms, with those forces that would have denied you that same structure or skills to activate your passion, your creative voice. The devil is looked at as a whole host of bugaboos that we accept as being restrictive. Sometimes we call them temptation, but it can also be the correct harnessing of passion that is essential for life. Passion fuels every aspect of our life. Union, procreation, creation, recreation. These are all attributes of the necessary passion when directed and channeled positively. You have become a force of nature on your own terms. Whatever your creative passion is, it consumes you and your life structure. Your life is built around the passion that you express in whatever way that you do. This is a place of empowerment. And for many of you, you stand in contrast or contradiction or even confrontation with the powers that be. You're representing an alternative to the way things are done, the way things are supposed to be. If this reading is resonating with you, Scorpio, please like this video. Please share this with others if possible, if you're so moved. And please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Again, I have to thank you all for all the ways that you support me in whatever way that is. And I've pulled the Peace card. I am a being of love and I release all negative energies. This is really a beautiful embodiment of what I believe is the Devil card. This is taking responsibility for our own passion. We can manage our fire. We don't need the police. We don't need our instructors or teachers. We don't need our parents to tell us what is the right thing to do, how to move forward, how to utilize our own resources in the way that best expresses our desire. In this way, you are truly an agent of love as well as an agent of change with the powerful Justice card as well. In the present, the Justice card is clarified by the 9 of Air, which is noted with the pomegranate, and the Ace of Earth, which is noted with the nettle tree. I'm mentioning the plants as metaphors for the seeds that you're planting in the new year. If they spark an interest or a connection for you, I hope you can meditate or research upon them. Or if they're familiar to you, you can look at the utilization of these plants in a fresh way. So here we have a new way that you are manifesting this turn away from the expectations of others, not just their expectations, but their belief system, because we're talking about systems here that you are confronting, combating in some way. The Ace of Earth is about learning to create abundance from a new way that you're investing in yourself, a new faith in justice, the truth. So this shows that you are recognizing your truth, the pursuit of fairness, equal treatment, equity in the world as a portal of greater abundance, making abundance more accessible to more people. There's no finite amount of resources. The current belief that there is a limit, there is no limit. It's just how our resources are being utilized to benefit a few rather than the many. And you are tapping into this through your work, through your ability to recognize an opportunity to be successful, to be abundant on your own terms. That this is a limited ability, potential that you have, that you're now able to tap into now that you've identified the source of your intentions. In the past, the Knight of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Water, which is focused with the red clover, a beautiful supportive herb, and the Eight of Fire, which is noted by the ginger plant. The Ten of Water, we know, is the community that represents a sharing of resources, a sharing of the ability to express oneself in a safe way, to be vulnerable, finding strength in your vulnerability, understanding that your darkest, most challenging experiences are actually the fuel to your creative voice, to your narrative, and the ability to be open to that. This can even note a community where you workshop your work, you critique your work, that you're in a process of supporting other creatives along a path of creating a product or a service that does that for others like you that are seeking ways to articulate their stories. The Eight of Fire is about the many opportunities that have been flying towards you in the past. Opportunities you've taken for travel, for new experiences, the receipt of invitations, you're questing for new ideas, groups, information, and ways that you can put that into action, ways that you can collaborate towards having a larger impact with your individual talents and skills. In the future, the Devil card is clarified by the Two of Water, the mallow plant, and the Seven of Earth, the oak plant. I think it's interesting to observe for many of you that may live around plants or gardens or trees, even if you're in urban settings, some of the plants that you've planted without any sense about their restorative or health-giving benefits. So the Two of Water is the Two of Cups, and this really represents this deep connection with your highest potential. And certainly the devil would, in many ways, represent a manifestation of earthly power, some way that you have concretized the resources you have and the ability to create something with that. This is symbolizing a real deep connection with who you are and has afforded you the ability to make deep connections with others who share your goals and are willing and able to do the phenomenal work of building structures and organizations that facilitate the sharing of resources, building something that goes beyond you and or the group as individuals or even a collective. What you do is intended to serve on a systemic level, to bring services, to bring vision, to actualize a better world. And certainly the seven of earth is indicating your ability to evaluate how you invest your energies. And this is appropriate with the devil card because there are always temptations. There are always opportunities to cash in, to to cash in. I think many of you may intuit what I'm trying to say here. There's always an opportunity to make a commercial windfall on something that can also be used for your own or the collective benefit, but may not see the return in the same financial terms. The irony is that when you invest in your own desires and intentions rather than those that have been scripted for you, what we find is there's actually less resistance to receiving the necessary abundance required for completing your mission, for achieving your goal. I'm going to complete this reading with the flora and fauna of Africa and as homage to the motherland, to Mother Earth, hoping that you have gained something from this reading. And I pulled the scarab beetle, whose keywords are new possibilities. Expand your horizons, tap into your imagination, and explore something new. Unleash your magic. Thank you so much for beautiful years past and the excitement, enchantment of 2025. Until next time, namaste.